It's a great tune. Do you not agree, Drisky?
No, it's good. Are you on the stream at the moment? Just for me, it just says it's still waiting, starting soon.
Now it stopped. It's a great tune. Do you not agree, Drisky?
Oh wow, I just had the stream coming through again and I got confused.
Right, best get the kits ready. They're the two texture packs. Just it's best to have them in one for like this is the just know which way around they are. Oh god, I can hear the stream within the stream. Have you mute? Do you know how to mute people?
What, in Mumble?
Oh no, on OBS.
No.
Okay, if you just go to the main screen, you'll see the two volume bars, one for the desktop sounds and one for the microphone. Yeah.
Yep.
Just click on them and it mutes
Oh, okay.
both of them, and then you can mute all the sounds until you're ready to speak. So that's how you keep everything quiet in the stream.
Yeah.
Be very careful with that. Don't leave it on when you've told people it's off and stuff. Otherwise, I'm like, they're a fucking bunch of wankers, and it gets broadcast. Okay, if we're going, when we've got people watching the stream, when we've got a decent number, I'll tell you to go live. All right, you just tell me when the sound's on. I'll say something like, "Welcome to the eLTP minors final," right, and then just hit play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't change to the video. Just keep on like your main screen.
Okay.
And then when it gets to about 40 seconds after it's gone like to the you're ready for this bit, just kind of fade it a bit and we'll start talking. And then just when we've been talking a little bit, cut it off, and then the game will probably start.
Okay.
And then we'll look like proper like bosses. We are go. I think I'm not sure if people can message us in here, so I'm just going to go to the other room because I asked if anyone else wanted to be a pundit.
Okay.
But
I'm just sorting out the texture packs.
Trisky, I want to put the stream live. So I'm going to post it. So do you want to maybe just have a,
Yeah, give me 2 seconds while I sort these textures out.
So if you have some sort of blank screens, I could probably just put a blank screen with like starting soon on something if you have to show something. I'll get the post ready. Just tell me when I can post it.
There should be a title up, but I don't know if it's on the stream yet. For some reason, kits aren't changing.
Welcome to the eLTP Miners Final.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
So yes, thank you for joining us for this slightly delayed Miners Final tonight. Sorry for calling it Miners, it's very difficult to say little e LTP. I'm joined in the commentary box with Chris and Rems and Trisky. Trisky very kindly streaming for us. Chris might be a bit more biased than normal as his beloved Juketer City are playing against Tagenham and Rektbridge. So how are you feeling about it, Chris?
I'm going to try and stay as impartial as possible. I usually tend to try to do that, but I'm hoping for a Jukes to win. If I go with my heart, but I feel like it could go either way. Both of these teams are really good. They've both done well to get here to this point. They've beat some strong teams on their way. So yeah, it's going to be a great match.
And Rems, what do you reckon to this map?
It's one of my favourite maps, to be fair. It really shows some good team play, some interesting, teamwork with the bombs, the buttons. It's just an exciting map.
And Trisky, sorry to put you on the spot a bit, but a lot of promising players in these lineups. But who do you think is going to make the difference today?
I played with Setrex in Season 1, so I know what he's capable of. If he plays well, I think they've got a good chance.
The teams are just about ready. For some reason, they've made me group leader, so I'm just checking that the teams are ready, and we will be launching any second now. We have Tagenham and Rektbridge starting in the red, I think, yes, and in the blue will be Juketer City. Of course, we are playing on Koala, one of the best maps, I think everyone would agree. Both teams are ready, so we are going to get things underway. So, Chris, I mean, in your least biased way, give a bit of a prediction. How do you think this first game's going to go?
Well, honestly, I think our minors team has a lot of players who would start for majors usually. Like we have Neon who plays D. We have Satrex who again played majors last season and got to the playoffs final. I think Charles is on the verge of fifth man / majors.
Strikes me into a different game.
Trisky's got a different game. Great. What
I'm
port
not
is
even
it?
in the group.
Oh,
What port is it?
port 4.
Go to port 4, Trisky.
I'm not in the group either.
Well, we've got some
Wait.
technical difficulties, but I will give you some play-by-play commentary for the mean. Who needs a picture when you've got? As both teams get away, nothing too interesting from the power-ups early on. Charles has got a tag pro on D for Juketer City. He's coming down with it at the minute. Nothing too interesting from the power-ups. A couple of tag pros which have all run out, and neither team actually started their attacks properly. But Charles and Satrex go on now, battling against Kavatras and Bob Smith, looking to get out of base, waiting for those bombs. Nip and Melon at the other end against Grizzlebear and Wobbler again, just waiting for those bombs. Charles grabs as the bombs spawn, but he gets returned quite easily. At the other end, Nip's left for a free grab, and Nip's away across the top. He's coming in here. But Satrex does brilliantly. He's against Kavatras and Bob Smith, and he manages to get to the button and return Nip, and that should have been an early cap for Juketer there, but not able to get it. Brilliant play there from Charles to get the return. From Satrex to get the return on Nip. Power up to spawn again. Nip has got a tag pro, but there's a couple of tag pros spawned at either end. Charles boosts bombs to try and get away top, but fails. And in the meantime, Satrex gets returned. At the other end, Nip has got a tag pro, but he kisses. And again, none of the power ups really coming to fruition. Both quite even on both sides. How are we doing, Trisky?
Yeah, it's good.
Are we in?
Sorted.
Good.
Yeah.
So quite a cautious start there, but Chris, what do you reckon to that return there? You must be a bit disappointed.
I was happy with that. I didn't think he was going to make it, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a cap.
Oh, but
That's-
Satrix is away top here. Satrix is away top. He's got through the gate. Oh, but they can't get the gate on the other side. Charles has regrabbed though, and he's going through top, but I think they're going to get the button, and they do get the button. Bit of a frantic map when players get away through top this one, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. Anything can happen in an instant, especially if you bomb top and, like at the moment, Juketer have a tag pro on D. Stuff like that could easily cost you a cap if you let them get away.
So, a bit of early drama. Satrix manages to get away. The first player to get away bottom, and we're 2 minutes 15 into this game. He is away. He's got a Juke Juice. He's round the corner, and he's got a tag pro on D. Grizzlebear's got that tag pro. No one's come to clear the way. The tag pro has run out. Satrix in base, but Melon just held off until the right time. He had a Juke Juice and manages to get the return there for Tagenham. Charles has grabbed at the other end. He's looking to get away, but Bob Smith gets a return. Grabbing by himself a little bit there. Not the smartest tactic on this map. Would you agree, Rems?
No.
Great.
Yeah,
That's so I was reading the comments and having a look at all the comments that everyone else is playing, apart from Panda, who's scaring me.
When doesn't kind of scare you?
A lack of passionate commentary from Trisky, as always. I'm told.
Panda, please.
Power-ups are spawning once again. There's another tag pro on defense for Jukester here, making it very difficult for Melon and Nip to get away, but they're coming in with a Juke Juice and a tag pro. The tag pro's kiss. Melon hasn't chosen to grab while they had that advantage, and Grizzle Bear respawns with that tag pro and just kind of forces Melon out of base, rendering his Juke Juice a little bit useless as Nip comes around the corner, trying to give him some help. Satrix and Charles seem separated quite a lot here, not able to grab together. Neither team really grabbing together so far. We've not really had too much action as we are 3.5 minutes in this game. Both teams waiting for the bombs quite a lot. And literally, we're looking for bombs should be spawning on either side any second now. Both teams clearly wait for the bombs, and let's see which team has got the better workings out of the bombs. One on the left-hand side comes to nothing, but Charles has got away. Ball Smith ended up with a face full of spikes, and Charles has got away bottom. It's worked out well for Jukester there. He's coming in here. He's ahead of 2, but there's 2 right at the choke. He boosts to the right. Oh, and Wobbler gives him a little buffer. Nip is forced to grab. Wobbler gets the return, but Cavatras has got there. Grizzlebear's got the tag pro, though. It should be a cap, and it is, and that's 1-0 to Jukester City. Good cap there, Chris.
Yeah, it was really well done. For a second there, I thought he wasn't gonna squeeze it in, but it looked like he pulled it off. And
they could go for another here. Sorry to cut you off. Satrix is coming in. They had a tag pro. It's run out on D. Satrix has got through though, and they've done a double very quickly there, taking a 2-0 lead against Tagenham and Rektbridge. And a very good start for Juketer there with the back-to-back caps, making use of the tag pros on defense.
Back caps just reminds me of like a certain football game last night.
Yeah, let's hope for a 7-1, otherwise it'll be a bit painful for one of the teams.
Yeah, let's
here.
hope for the neutrals that it doesn't end like that.
Charles with a bit of a flaccid grab there, Satrix. Charles has been a little loose so far. A couple of flaccid grabs, boost into bombs. Is that usual for Charles, Chris, or better character?
I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. He kind of sometimes plays absolutely brilliantly, and other times he can be a bit hit and miss. But I think it's all due to experience. It's his first season, and he's only going to get better.
I mean, surprisingly, I've seen Melon and Nip seem to have played offense together, but they've not managed to get away. Charles and Satrix often have criticised him so far for grabbing alone, and once again, they're away here. Maybe it's the better power-ups that they've had, but he is away, Charles, with a Juke Juice, and he's ahead of 2 at the minute. He's boosting in. Wobbler, again, gives him a little buffer. Probably not intentional, but it worked out. He's got a lot to do here. He's got 3 to beat. He's just waiting at the choke, seeing if anything can get cleared out. Bob Smith is still behind. The boost has respawned. He's gone again for that back wall, but Nip gets the return. Satrix, though, with a free regrab, and I think he's coming top, is Satrix. Not sure if that's going to be wise. I'm not sure he'll be able to get through. I think he's been told by his team that the button wasn't free. He's chosen to go bottom, Satrix. Obviously, experienced player Satrix played majors for a lot of last season. He's currently trying to work his way around Bob Smith, and finally they get a free grab. Some bombs spawned there. Cavatras gets a free grab, but then he picked up a tag pro. Probably couldn't see the spawns, and actually got returned. That was the best chance for Tagenham to get away so far, but it's not come to fruition. As Charles gets a regrab at the other end, he's returned, and all the flags are back in base. And Tagenham not really getting the flag out of base so far. Just that early chance from Nip, where he probably shouldn't have come top, or he shouldn't have gone into the gate, but he did. But they're struggling to get the flag out of base at the minute.
If I was going to be overly critical, I would say Satrex could have waited for the power up. He was in base on his own. He went top and hung around for ages. And I checked the clock, and the power up was going to spawn, but he decided to go and like hang out by mid. But Tagenham, yeah, I mean, well, they're ahead of 4 now, but I think Melon was unlucky there. I think at the moment they're just trying to work it out, like what the best.
But Nip's going to be away top here. Nip's going to be away. There's no blues in the other base. Charles gets there, but Cavachos has got the bib. That's a grab by Charles, and that's a cap for Tagenham. And they've hit back, and it's 2-1 now in favour of Juketer City. Very good by Nip. They're going top. And Charles probably forced into the grab. Maybe he could have gone for the return, but he went for the grab, got returned, and a routine cap for Tagenham.
Yeah, it was poor positioning from Juketer that. I don't know what they were doing, but somehow they all managed to get in awful positions.
You're going to be shouting at them at half time for that one, Chris, are you?
It's not my team, but no, I wouldn't shout at them. They're doing good enough as it is, aren't they?
Does that mean you're going to shout at your team next season?
That could be a possibility.
Nip with a bit of a flaccid going straight into Grizzle. Satrex doing the same at the other end, but at least using the bombs to try and get away. Bomb spawn at the other end. Melon's got one bomb. He uses it, but he gets straight into Satrex and Grizzlebear, who are just in the right position to choke to stop the grab. We've got 2 minutes left in this half. Trisky, what are your thoughts? You've been quiet so far. What do you reckon so far in this half?
Tagenham haven't been very aggressive on attack.
Oh, sorry to cut you off. Charles is away top, though. They let him away from the button. He's coming in here. Oh, and Nip manages to get to the button just in time. They both went to chase top rather than one of them going for the button. It nearly cost them there. Charles nearly got through at the other end. Satrex has grabbed. He's got a juke juice, and he heads top as well. He fakes top, but he's not sure if he's going to get out of base. He hasn't got a juke juice, but he's got a lot of work to do to get away from Cavachos and Bob Smith, and Bob Smith gets a return. So we'll go back to Trisky in the meantime.
What was I saying? This
Something
is a
about
patient
Tagenham.
map, but I think Tagenham need to maybe go for it slightly more.
Yeah, but Charles taking out 3 players there with the tag pro. He's going to go sit on that button now, and Satrex is away. It's going to be a cap here. Only Melon grabs at the other end, and Melon has to stay alive. I'll tag him. Going to be 3-1 down. I don't think he's going to do it. He gets knocked into some spikes, and Satrex is going to cap, and that's 3-1 to Juketer City. Very nice cap there, Chris.
Lovely, yeah. Played really well. Yeah, I mean, you could pretty much tell that once he was away, it was kind of a cap. Especially Charles got lucky with the boost in with the tag pro, managed to take out 3 players.
Satrex has got a regrab though, and he's got a rolling bomb. He has got 4 ahead of him, of course, but there's only 34 seconds left in this half, and he's still coming in. He's still got that rolling bomb, and this could be interesting here. Rolling bomb is neutralised. Good work by Bob Smith there. He doesn't go past 2, but Melon gets a return. But the regrab train is well and truly on here. Nipper with a bit of a flaccid, so it means that Charles has only got 3 to beat now. Obviously very tight, but he's got a juke juice. He's going to pick up a rolling bomb, and he manages to survive as Bob Smith tries to take him out of the bombs. Very smart play there by both players, but Charles probably lucky to survive there. He uses his rolling bomb to try and get past Nip, but it doesn't work. As we wind down the first half, it's 3-1 to Jukester. Quick look at the scoreboard. Satrex at the top there with the 2 caps. Clear domination by Juketer City. And so, Trisky, what did Tagenham have to do differently in the second half?
I'm not sure. I think their grabs might be quite a bit lower, but so like I said, they need to be more aggressive maybe. They spent a lot of time in the base not doing much. I don't know whether they were just waiting for bombs or power-ups. But...
So we'll be going to the second half shortly. We'll just wait for the kit change for the second half. Just to remind people watching, this is, of course, there will be a second game after this. So this is the second half of the first game. There isn't an aggregate score over the 2 games, though. It's just if both teams win 1 game each, we go to overtime. And a reminder that the eLTP Majors final will start at 5 p.m. British summertime on Sunday before the World Cup final. We'll also be doing the awards during halftime then. And I'm sure Rems would definitely like me to remind you that sign-ups are open for Season 3 eLTP. Not much longer left to sign up, so get signing up ASAP, and we will so we can have as many players for next season. We'll just check that the teams are ready. People on the stream, give your thoughts. Some of you, I'm sure, armchair Tag Pro experts. So let us know.
Final score in the first half.
3-1 to Juketer. Panda, I think that's Panda being a bit critical there of Melon. Melon saying Melon had only 5 grabs in 10 minutes. I mean, that was kind of what you were getting at, Trisky. Do you guys think that's probably the problem there? Not enough grabs for Tagenham?
It's most certainly one of the issues. It might just be, you know, how good the Juketer defense is, or how poor the attacking line is from Tagenham. But something needs to change.
And I mean, how much Rems do you reckon, due to the problems that they were having before? You know, basically, like Jukester were warming up quite a lot and practicing for quite a while, and I don't think that Tagenham actually had much time to warm up. I'm not sure they warmed up at all, to be honest. So, I mean, that could be a massive factor in this, at least in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, it could be interesting to see if they kind of pick it back up either in, you know, the second half of the second game. So there's still everything to play for. It's only 3-1. It's not 5-0. So anything can happen.
We'll be back underway very shortly. We're just waiting. Okay, both the teams are ready, so we will be launching for the second half. Just a reminder to those watching, so it'll be Juketer now starting on the left-hand side, the red-hand side, and they're currently 3-1 up against Tagenham, who will now be in the blue. Rems, will you let me know what port it is so I can update my little thing?
Of course, when it loads. 6.
Are you back, Chris, or did we lose you?
I'm here, mate. I'm here.
So, a quick look at the power-ups. Nothing too overly exciting as we can start. I don't think there's any tag pros. There's no tag pros to start off with, just a couple of rolling bombs. Early stop there called from Satrex. So I think we're going to be going back to group. No real dispute there about whether anything exciting had happened yet. No exciting power-ups though either. So it's not like one team had 5 tag pros and the other had nothing. So just called stop. And Charles has left the group, so maybe Charles having some sort of lag issues there for Juketer. Oh, someone didn't connect from both teams, apparently. I didn't even notice.
Whilst these guys are coming on, don't forget to vote in the independent commissioner vote that's on the subreddit.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Another thing to vote for. Who is it? Corhal, Pescas, Tim Sanchez, and the only ball.
Those are the 4. They've got some great ideas.
Who did you vote for, Rems?
I'm not going to say.
I just love it if you just came out with it. That'd be great. So we're still waiting to see who's going to reconnect instead of Charles. So hopefully this isn't going to be one of these stop-start games. We've got for a whole 10 minutes without a stop, which is in these days in the eLTP becoming somewhat of a record. Hopefully we're back. Hopefully we're back with the second half very short. Give your predictions on the stream. Say hi to your mum. We'll read them out if you'd like. Turtle Joe wanted to drink tea and scones. I don't know anyone's names anymore. I don't like it. Tag Pro Ranger. Is that going to be Chris then?
Tag Pro Rangers, mate. Yeah, that's the team.
Who's Jack Fred? Is that Fred? We know Mike Charles is Mike C. K15. I don't know who these people are. But K15 pointing out that Bob Smith got 11 returns, and both the Juketer defenders have 5.5 minutes to prevent, which is quite a decent number. I mean, they just didn't get away much tagging them, did they? Rams?
Yes.
I've made you leader.
Just why have you made me leader?
Because if my internet cuts out and I can't launch the game, it's going to be a bit stressful for everyone.
Okay. MK saying
And you are the leader.
Yeah, I am. MK saying something about the captain's calling stop. We got rid of that rule after the controversy in the eLTP semi-final. And if the stop calls right at the beginning of the game, you can't just call it a stop because it's already a break of play. Otherwise, you should be saying break, and then a stop can be called when there's a break of play.
Pando wanting people to add him on Neopets. And he also wants you to calm down, Trisky. Don't get too excited.
I'll try.
Yeah, Mike Charles, yeah. Apparently, Pando are advocating not voting for the only ball because he lives in a tent. Can anyone confirm or deny that?
I believe he lives on a couch. Let me just clarify. A couch.
It does say a couch in
clarify that.
his thing.
And are we thinking of implementing rules about the type of dwelling someone has to live in to be eLTP commissioner? Where do you live, Rams? Do you live in a palace or something?
I live in a flat.
Could be a palace.
I'd say that's an upgrade from a couch, definitely.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think Only Ball lives on his mum's couch as well.
Could be worse. You could live in a travel lodge.
Charles has
Just saying.
Who lives in Travel Lodge? What's the? I missed the joke here.
Read up on the chat, you'll see.
But I think Satrex, Charles has reconnected, so hopefully we'll be going underway with the second half very shortly.
I've got one team saying yes.
Come on, Tagenham.
So you played with Hypernode before, McDonald, haven't you? What do you reckon
Have
he's
I?
telling his team right now?
I
think
haven't
you played
played
with him
with
last
him.
season, did you not?
No, I did not. My team won. His team did not win. That's why he
right.
doesn't like me.
There
It's
you go.
fine.
I should do my history.
But I'm sure Hypo will be telling his team that they're all shit. I don't know Hypo that well. Not in a captain capacity. He strikes me as a vengeful person. But I'm probably all wrong about that. Oh, my texture pack loader. Then I had splats. I had the splats one. I'm glad that's gone off.
That bug.
Charles is calling stop again. Is that a joke?
Oh, what's happened there?
I think we've had another stoppage.
I don't know what happened. What's going on with these?
The
these
Dukes do
playoff
not have like
finals?
7 other players online that can,
I'm not quite sure. Let me just see who. I'm going to look through the log of the chat. Look like everyone joined from Juketer.
Oh, Charles got the Easter egg. Yeah, that's a fair stoppage, would you say, Rems? Yeah, I got the Easter egg as well, but
I'm less concerned with.
covered it up.
I'm less concerned with stops right at the beginning of play, because it means you've got issues and it's better to do it then than anywhere else. So I mean, I really don't count it as the one stoppage if it's before the game starts.
Hypo doing what we now call a new comps and entering channel. Hi, Hypo.
What's going on?
Charles uses vanilla and the texture pack loaded with the splats, the Easter egg. So he called stop because he
right.
could see nothing but
Oh,
splats.
that's fair enough then. Cool.
Yeah. Probably quite funny because he probably wanted to be really angry. What the fuck is going? Oh yeah, that's fair enough.
It's hard to disagree with that, isn't it? Well,
Yeah.
if you can't see what you're doing, what can you say about that?
Who uses vanilla though?
That's a good point. You do, by the sounds of it.
No, I saw it for a second until my texture pack kicked in.
Ah, right, okay.
What port is it?
Port 2. And it looks like we're underway anyway. All the players are in.
No one's called stop yet.
No, are you in the game, McDonald?
I am, yes.
Good.
Both
So-
players missed the tag pro at the bottom, but Satrix manages to roll around and grab it, and he's now leading in with Charles with a rolling bomb. And Charles
here
is
now.
away.
Should
Good.
have
Charles is away. You missed the first exciting thing, and Juketer looking to hit immediately here. They've got a tag pro at home as well. If Charles can get past Melon very smartly coming down, try and get the return in. Kavatras boosts and gets the return. And they had that tag pro at home. Probably should have capped there, but smart play there, getting ahead. Satrix has grabbed. He's just kind of staying still for them. And I think he's trying to lure some people back round to the other side, maybe. Not really sure. Allowing Charles to get the regrab. That's what he's doing. Smart play there. He comes through the middle in the spikes, getting past Bob Smith. He boosts to the left-hand side, but Nip is just in the right place to get the return. Charles is coming top this time. Kavatras is hovering near that button. He's battling with Grizzlebear for it. Woodblock comes to help out. Charles is still stuck in the middle, but no one chasing him. Nip and Bob Smith going the long way round, and in the meantime, Kavatras has managed to actually get away, which is impressive. Charles still stuck in the middle. No one has chased him yet, and he's forced back round to the other side. Picks up a juke juice, and that was bizarre. Absolutely, and all the red players are on the other side. Melon's gone top with a rolling bomb. All 4 players were on their opposite sides. I almost thought everyone was back in base. Turns out everyone was just on the opposite side, which was something I've not seen often. Melon is stuck in the middle at the minute, in absolute limbo, and Woodblock comes to get him, gets a return. Charles is stuck on the right-hand side, though. He can't get over to the left. And in contrast from the second half, from the first half, this second half is mental, but Charles is coming in here. He's got the blocks. He's going to cap, and Juketer take a 1-0 lead in this half, and it's forward overall, and it's a long, long way back for Tagenham here. They've got 8 minutes, and they're down by 3 caps, and Satrix is coming in, looking to put them down by 4 caps overall. He goes behind the spikes. Bob's waiting near that snipe, and as he slowed down to try to avoid the snipe, they got the return. They got the return just behind him. Charles comes in. Bob Smith gets the return, and Tagenham shut down the regrab train. So a very interesting first couple of minutes there, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. I was just about to say how well disciplined Tagenham are. Like, I think some teams, even majors, would have been tempted to grab in a few of those situations when Grizzlebear bombed himself into spikes and she was left 1v4 on D. But they stayed really disciplined. I think that's something Hypernam's really kind of strong on. So it shows that his influence.
Oh, that's a beautiful bomb by Melon. He hits it right. He spawned at the right time, splits the defenders, and he's ahead of 2. If he can get past Satrix, he jukes him. He's not quite past him, but he is now. He's ahead of 3. Oh, Woodblock comes in with the snipe. Brilliant by Woodblock there, saving her team. He'd done absolutely everything, had Melon there, but he just couldn't beat them. He went around Satrix brilliantly. Nipper's grabbed it. He's stuck in the tunnel at the top. Satrix waiting by the bottom. Not sure if I think Nip's going to wait till Melon's got regrab. Melon's there for regrab, but Charles has got away at the other end. With them fighting for the button, that's twice that one of the teams has fought for the button and ended up losing the flag in the meantime. Nip's been chased through by Grizzlebear, but he's managed to get away bottom in the meantime. But Charles is also on that left-hand side. Flags out of base constantly so far this map. Nip is going to go pick up that juke juice. There's no bomb that can be used to spike him, but that's left him stuck on the left-hand side. Charles is nearby, finally giving chase. Bob Smith spikes himself. Kavatras with the rolling bomb, trying to get the return on Charles, who is forced into the gate. Satrix comes at the other end, and the flag is home for Nip. Nip's only got 1 to beat. There's just Woodblock. Kavatras boosts him down. Oh, but the rolling bomb was used to knock Woodblock out of the way, but not Woodblock directly into the path of Nip. Desperately unlucky for Tagenham, but Melon's coming top here. They've got to block Charles. They do block Charles, and Tagenham hit back, and it's 1-1 this half, and they've reduced the deficit to just 2. But Satrix is away. Satrix is away top. There's only got 1 to beat. I think he is going to beat him. Nip's waiting right at the entrance. Oh, Nip gets the return. What a return by Nip there. That was fantastic play. Amazing play by Nip, Chris.
That was excellent.
Great play by Nip, but awful play by Juketer.
Awful play by
Yeah.
Juketer.
Use the button.
What the hell? There was 3 people around that gate. 1 of them could have got the button. 2 of them had the blocks. It was absolutely shocking. But anyway, enough about that.
By the way,
good
but
by Nip.
Satrix is away. Oh no, he's not. He faked top, and Kavatras seemed to know that he was going to fake top and was not lured in by it. But that's let Charles get away. Charles is away with Juke Juice, and Melon's at the other side. He's got to get out of base, but I don't think she is. And Melon gets returned. Charles is coming in. Only Nip to beat. Nip's forced to grab. He goes top, but it only delays the inevitable. And immediately Juke's it back with a 2-1 lead. And Trisky anyway back for Tagenham.
Unlikely. This map is strong for defense, so as long as you don't make any stupid mistakes, like overcommitting on a choke point, or forgetting bomb timings or something, you should be able to hold on to a lead that they've got.
And Charles has maybe managed to get away here. No, Cavachas gets a return, but he got far enough out. That Satrix has got away bottom, and Satrix has heads and 4. The boost is taken out by Grizzlebear, and it's going to be a very easy cap. And that was a nice tactic. Charles probably didn't think they were going to get out of base, but managed to get out of base just far enough. But Melon's away top here, and they're going to hit back a tag, and they might not be down and out of this yet. Great work by Nip. He had the tag pro, and Nip's coming again. They're going to hit back. He's Nip out of nowhere. They've equalised this game up. Back to back caps there from Tagenham, and they've reduced the deficit to 2. They were down and out, and they've reduced it to 2. With 4 minutes left, Chris, unbelievable scenes.
Oh, unbelievable, mate. Yeah, definitely. I think I don't know what's happened. Jukes have lost their composure. I think after Trisky said that, the Trisky jinxed it. Yeah.
But the tag pros, the use of the tag pros on D and O, I think they had 1 on each side, and they used them to get 2 caps, which was just phenomenal work.
I feel better blaming. Yeah, I'd rather blame Trisky, but yeah.
Thanks.
And Tagenham maybe not out of this yet. They were down by 4 caps, and within seconds, it's being brought back to 2. Exceptional stuff. And Melon has got a tag pro. He's going. I think he's waiting for that middle power up. See if it's going to be worth it. Nip grabbed in the meantime, though. Probably not the best choice of action when when his attacking partner had a tag pro. As Satrix is away, Satrix goes for that rolling ball in the middle, gets bombed and gets returned. Melon decides to go top. Again, not a smart move. Wobbler just sat on that button, not letting him through. And Tagenham fought back in this game, but they need to start attacking together. I think maybe the adrenaline rush got to them a little bit. Trying to do too much, trying to go through top, trying to attack alone. But they are attacking together this time. There's no bombs yet, but let's see if they wait for the bombs. There's a bomb at the other end. Satrix bombs middle. And Satrix, he's caught. Kavatras gets the button within seconds. It was half a tile away from being away top. And Trisky, are you a button defender on this map?
I normally just take whatever position isn't taken by my other defender.
I mean, we're all defenders, all 4 of us. How difficult is the button to play on this map sometimes?
Did you see that?
I did not. What happened?
The Juketer defense and everyone in base just got bombed into spikes.
And Nip's coming in here. Nip has a rolling bomb. Nip has a rolling bomb. He uses it. Oh, and the other bomb spawned. He uses rolling bomb. Not one of the players out of the way, but the other bomb spawned. And as the Tagenham team cleared that bomb, they actually knocked one of the attackers into Nip to actually return it. Desperately unlucky for Tagenham there. Bad time to neutralise that bomb. And this is getting exciting. If Tagenham can get a cap.
Rolling bomb mistake early on in this half as well. There were 2 definite caps pretty much.
But Nip's got away here. He's ahead of 2. He's got a juke juice. I think it's going to run out any second now. He gets past Satrix, so that leaves him just 1 to beat, but he hits the corner. Just mistimed the corner a little bit there. But that Melon's got the regrab. Melon's coming top. They need to get the button for Melon. Wobbler blocking Nip off it. Melon's going to maybe... No one's chasing. No one's chasing these tunnels. He risks it. He's gone for it. That's a bold move. Charles grabs and Wobbler gets a return. And that's left Charles ahead of them all. No, Nip, sorry, he's there. Nip is going to pick up a tag pro. Don't know if Nip's going to grab or not. Probably not now. Wobbler's there. He does grab and takes out Wobbler and manages to escape bottom. But Charles has got a rolling bomb. He neutralises him. Bob Smith's the only one in between. Wobbler's trying to give the box. Kavatras gets there. He grabs. Charles is still carrying in his base and he's managed to escape out the bottom, avoiding getting returned. There's 1:10 left. It's looking like it's going to go to Juketer, but anything could happen. We saw 2 quick caps there. As the flag is returned, Wobbler's got a free grab, though, and takes it bottom. Probably wasted a bit of time. Kavatras has been carrying the flag for quite a while, sitting in the middle, and finally, Grizzlebear comes to chase back towards the red base. 50 seconds left. We could have a dramatic finish here. Wobbler just running the map a little bit, goes through the spikes, and Melon and Nip both on regrab. Not a smart move, really. One of them needs to be chasing. They need the returns desperately. Melon's coming top, and they need this return on Wobbler. Bob Smith goes for the bomb, doesn't get it. There's 30 seconds left. They're down by 2. It'll take something extremely dramatic, but we've seen it all happen before, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. Satrix grabs, and he's an experienced carrier, and I'm not sure he's going to get returned too easy. He's actually just waiting for someone to come to him, because they're all waiting for Satrix to come round. And they're actually just he's waiting for someone to come and try and return him. He uses the bomb to get away. And I think that's going to be the game done for this first game, with Juketer taking it at the moment by 6 caps to 4. But guys, quite an exciting half for a little while there.
3,
It was
2,
end to end for really.
1.
Yeah, it was a crazy half. My heart was going all the way through. It was absolutely mad.
But Tagenham showing, would you agree with
Resilience
them?
there.
Yeah, Tagenham showing that they are in this game, and although they've kind of, they've lost their first game, I feel like now that they're warmed up, they've got a real fighting chance in the second game. All right, Rems don't want to answer.
Sorry, I was doing other things. I mean,
Rems.
I do. It's going to be an exciting second match. I mean, if they've really improved their game in that second half, and they could easily win the second game and it go to overtime.
Penalties.
Penalties, was that McDonald?
What?
Were you
Please do
plugging? Were you
penalties.
plugging the penalties? Just in case anyone
pretty sure-
anyone watching the stream hasn't heard about
Sure,
it.
penalties isn't coming in this season.
Well, just for the final.
Yeah, it's not. No. We might try it out in one of the tournaments, but
I was joking. It's only on New Cup server as of yet, anyway.
Yeah, we need to get it in rotation, and I'll use it in tourneys for sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think we'll keep the teams on the same colours so you don't have to change your texture pack, Trisky.
Thanks.
So it is half time at the minute with Juketer City taking the first game. But let us know on the stream what your thoughts are. Tagging them going to bring it back in the second and take the second game. They had moments where they looked good there. What do they need to improve on? Let us know your thoughts in the stream. We're going to take a very short break until the second half starts so we can have a drink and Rems can do whatever important things he's doing. But we'll be back very shortly. Welcome back. We are ready to get the second half underway any second. Substitution to tell you about. Grizzle Bear is out, and Omar Cummingyo, who was once called the worst ever tag pro name, is in. Does anyone know much about why that sub might have happened?
Grizzle doesn't use mic when he plays, so they may want someone with more communication on D, rather than no communication.
7.
Three, two, one.
And we're okay.
Are you in, McDonald?
I'm in.
Nothing too interesting at the moment. Nip's got a tag pro, manages to take one of the players out. Charles is in there with a juke juice, but he manages to get returned quite quickly. Melon is away though at the bottom, and he's got no one there unless Atrix can beat him, but he doesn't. He's got a clear shot through to the end, and that's 1-0 already.
That was disappointing to see. He just got ahead of 3 players, and I think they missed the bomb. I thought if he'd bombed at the very time he grabbed, they would have been okay, but for some reason they didn't do that.
So I lag out for the first 30 seconds and miss a cap.
You do. It's like missing 3 minutes of a Brazil-Germany game and missing 3 goals.
I mean, I'm not sure who did that. I heard that a certain player that might be watching the stream now went out at 1-0 to get his pizza out the oven and came back and it was 4-0, was it, Chris?
Yeah, yeah. So you heard a certain player that might be watching this stream just so happens to be commentating with you, but yeah, that was...
Yeah. That must be being gutted. So,
Satrex being pinned up, but Bob Smith manages to get the rolling bomb and it's diffused quickly, and now Satrex is away down to the bottom with a boost, but Nip's waiting there with him with a tag pro.
Oh, there's a tag pro in the mid. Bob Smith's going to get that, so that's 2 tag pros at the moment for tagging them there. Satrex, oh, big explosions there. As a bomb hits a rolling bomb, it's a tag pro. And tagging them getting that early need that they needed, really. You know, they really needed that. Yeah, kind of like for momentum, for morale. After losing the first game, I mean, it's quite obvious, but you want nothing more than to take an early lead in the second game, really. So good start for them. Disappointing for Juketer, who only need a draw, remember, to take the eLTP minus title. As Charles grabs, he's stuck in base. Satrex tries to give him some blocks. He tries to go top. Kavatras gets the return. The bombs are spawned at the other end. Nip manages to get away, but Wobbler gets a E2 return. Bob Smith's going to go top. I don't think he's going to make it, though, as Omar gets a return. Satrex has got a tag pro at the other end, and Charles is coming to grab. Satrex takes a couple out, and he's going to hold top for him, and he is away top, but there's no one in the other base. That's going to be a cap, and Juketer going to equalise this up nice and early. Good cap there, Chris.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. It's what you'd expect, wouldn't it, with a tag pro in base?
Oh, but Melon grabs. Melon's got a rolling bomb. That's neutralised. Nip had a tag pro, which took out one of the players, which has left, which has meant he's respawned at the end. How did that happen? He bombed across. Nip had a tag pro on D. There was one to beat, and he literally picked out the only spot he could have bombed or boosted, Melon did, that would have got the return anywhere else, and it was 2-1 to Tagenham, and they'll be severely disappointed that they didn't cap there. Really should have been a cap. Better communication needed from the teams there. A couple of flacids for Juketer here. Bomb spot at the other end, but Melon gets a face full of spike, leaving Nip to battle by himself. One bomb does spawn, but there's 3 defenders there at the minute, and Nip's not going to get away. He's got to wait for Melon to come round, who's at the bottom at the minute, battling for the power-ups. Power-ups are spawning. Charles and Melon battling the bottom. See what that power-up is. Satrex has got a rolling bomb from the middle. So tag pro at the bottom. I think Charles is sat too much on it, but Satrex and Melon manages to get it in the end, and that's going to be brilliant. Nip is still blocked off, but Melon's boosting it at the minute. He's going to try and take out. Omar's got a juke juice. He's going to stay away from him, but Nip boosts top. That was a smart play. Nip bombed for the top. Melon had the gate, but it didn't quite work out for them. But good idea there, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. That's the kind of the ideal thing you want to aim to do in that position. They didn't do anything wrong there. Just were unlucky.
Do you think we're going to see another 74-minute game today?
I hope not. But I don't know. Anything can happen when it comes to Tag Pro, so you never know.
And you can see on the now that we've worked out how to get the dashboard nicely working. Melon's away top here. Nip's got the button for him. There's 2 at the other side though. Kavatras gives the blocks. Satrex manages to get out of base just, and that was absolutely Trisky's right there. An amazing grab by Satrex. Good decision making from the experienced player there. Mellon's got a Juke Juice at the other end. He's going to look to bomb onto the flag. He's returned, and Mellon's going to cap here, and he does cap. And Tagenham have restored their lead. They are 2-1 up. Great patience there from Mellon. He picked up that Juke Juice and just could roll around the base a little bit and waited for his moment. Took it brilliantly. And Mellon's now got a rolling bomb and a Juke Juice. Could sometimes be a lethal combination. I think he's going to come in and grab this and look to give Tagenham a 3-1 lead. He grabs, knocks one player into the bombs. He looks to go around Omar, and he might just get around him. He's going to get to that boost first. He gets the boost down to the bottom, gets the angle perfect, and he's coming in now. He's still got 2 to beat in base. There's a lot to do, but he's past 1. He's going for the bomb. He's going to try and bomb on. No, he tries to bomb them out of the way, but it's let Charles get out. It's let Charles get out of base there, and Mellon forced to retreat. But Tagenham are looking good this second half, Trisky.
Definitely. It's a switch from the last match anyway.
Oh, and the return comes, but just wrong time for Mellon as Wooblet was waiting on the flag, got the return, then got the grab, gets away. Nip has got the grab at the other end. Wooblet nearly hits that bottom spike, which manages to get away. Nip just biding his time at the bottom, and this is where it gets a bit loose. The flag gets out of base a lot. Satrix has got a re-grab, and I think he's going to go... No, he's just hanging around the base. He bombs towards the bottom. Smart play there. But Bob Smith is away top. He's going to get returned by the bomb. Mellon's grabbed at the other end. Wooblet's got a tag pro. And if Wooblet can get the return on Mellon, it could be a cap here. Satrix is there. Mellon needs to stay alive. Wooblet goes to the return. Oh, he misses the bomb, does Mellon? Mellon went for the bomb and missed the bomb somehow. Just catching the corner instead, which allowed Wooblet to get the return and equalise this game up at 2-2. And Charles is coming in here. Charles is boosting in, but Kavatras is in the right place, right time to get the return.
You know, I don't think that bomb would have helped him. I think he knew that bomb would have put him right into another player, which is why he kind of missed it.
I think he would have escaped. I think he would have hit the bottom. It would have bought him time, in my opinion.
He might have hoped that, the defender hit the bomb, completely spiralling him away and able to get away. I mean, that's kind of the only way out.
That's your brain. I don't know if my brain could think that quick in that situation. I'd just be panicking that I was carrying the flag, to be honest. But we've got 3 minutes 30 left in this game. It's 2-2. It's a very tight game. Looking at the power-up count, 13 power-ups apiece. So both teams doing well the whole time. It's a minute 54 to a minute 52. Very, very even on nearly all accounts so far in this game.
2 tag pros now for Tagenham, though.
On
Yeah,
offense.
And 1 for Omar as well, so...
What are the chances of all the power-ups on this map
Let's
being
not go into that.
Nip tries to bomb away. He doesn't manage, but he takes out 2 plays with his tag pro.
Wrong
Mellon's
player grabbed.
Oh, but Mellon ended up grabbing. But his tag pros run out. Mellon, for some reason, went for the button. I don't think I'm not sure he realised he grabbed, but he's killed himself at just the right time. Should allowed Nip to get away bottom, and Nip is ahead of 2. Omar comes through the middle. Omar's going to try and bomb ahead. He does bomb ahead, so he's still got 3 to beat. There's a little block, but it doesn't work out. Satrix with that tag pro, not letting anyone really get any real attempts at blocking, and it's still tight at 2-2, and this is looking like it's going to be a very exciting game. Nip waiting for that bottom power, but Satrix comes, takes him out, and it looks like the bottom power might go to Juketer. And Satrix is waiting for that. Nip comes to battle, and it is another tag pro. Satrix reloads his tag pro, goes on offense with that. Omar gets a Juke Juice from the middle, and Nip is there battling alone at the minute, waiting for Mellon to get round and give him a hand.
They're just sitting in base defending. I mean, what's this? They've got a tag pro on offense.
Oh, Mellon's
and
away
doing
top.
nothing.
Nip's got the button, and Mellon bomb top, and they've got a block. Satrix think down. That's terrible, D. One of them needed to get the water, and one of them needed to block. They both tried to block, and what should have been a certain cap for Tagenham, it should have been a cap there, guys. Do you reckon?
Definitely should have been a cap. It was mistakes on both ends. Like, both teams made horrible mistakes. But yeah, Tagenham should have probably capitalised on that.
And Satrix hitting that bottom spike. Is that one of the most annoying spikes in Tag Pro, that bottom spike when you hit it?
Head of 3 and he just moseys straight into it. Not good.
There's a Tag Pro on D for Jukester. Omar just sat waiting for it. Maybe letting one of his offense players
There's been a
getting
lot
it.
of tag pros.
Yeah, there's been a lot. How many Tag Pros are there, Trisky? What does it say on the stream?
It's 9-0 in tag pros.
9-0 and Tag Pros, so nearly half the... Oh, but Charles is away top. Satrix has got the button for him. Only Mellon at the other end, but Omar's got a Tag Pro. It's not going to... Mellon goes for the button. And Jukester have taken a 3-2 lead in this half. Great use of the tag pros there. It was 9 tag pros each, but Juketer got a lot of the tag pros in the last round. They've got 21 power-ups to 15 at the minute, and that extra power-up boost is really shows in the scoreline as they take a 3-2 lead with 45 seconds left on the clock as Charles bombs himself into a spike. At this point with that, Nip needs to get round the other side. Him and Mellon need to get a grab. They've got 37 seconds left to try and salvage at least a draw in this first half. Obviously, 1 cap is easily doable in terms of a comeback, but there's still a long way to go. Charles grabs at the other end. Nip grabs at one end, flaccid. Mellon gets away top. They need to return Charles. They don't. Satrix gets the button, and Charles is away top. And out of nowhere, Juketer are going to take a 2-cap lead into the second half, and that could be a cap that gives them the eLTP minors title there. Exceptional cap there.
That was unbelievable.
I couldn't have hoped for that to work any better.
No, I mean, yeah.
2, 1.
Absolute
don't plan stuff like
pixels,
that.
pixels away from Tagenham, equalising the game, and out of nowhere, Juketer City managed to cap. I mean, that was an extraordinary half there. Finishes 4-2. Scoreline not really doing it justice on how tight that game really was.
No, that game really was tight, and we were lucky to come away with a 2-cap advantage. In fact, there were times there when it should have been a Tagenham win, and if things had gone right for them at the time, then it would have been. They were just unlucky, in my opinion.
So give your thoughts on the stream, guys. Let us know, are Tagenham going to get back into this? They showed promise in that game, but they are down by 2 caps, and they have to win, so that means they need to win by at least 3 caps, and it's a big ask for any team. So give your thoughts on the stream. These guys are going to give you their thoughts on whether they can get back into it whilst I get a beer.
5-3, wasn't it?
Where?
4-2, I think.
4-2. I mean, this match going on has just made me realise that I need to get the flare ready for whoever wins. But I think it's still everything to play for. I mean, I think they can get those 2 caps by, they need 3, don't they? Need to be up by 3 in the next game to take it to overtime.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Yeah, if they tie this game, it's over, isn't it? If the game's a tie, they have to win, don't they?
No, they have to win by 3 in the next half to...
just to get it to overtime.
I'll remember to switch teams. Hopefully, Drisky's remembered to switch kits.
I did not, but I'll do it at the start of the next game. Should be fine.
And then we're just waiting for Dr. McDonald to get a beer, which is something I could probably do with right now.
I've got my beer, although my girlfriend's also brought me a health drink and says that I've got to drink that as well as my beer.
Bloody
Apparently
girlfriends.
Apparently I don't get enough fruit and veg.
I get that.
Yeah, but you'd think I was a fat bastard, do you know what I mean? I'm like 11 stone but 6 foot tall, so there you go. It's not like I'm overweight. I've just given some more details to the couple of stalkers that want to find out who I am.
Like,
People
it's
like-
difficult.
Yeah, no, there's not many McDonald's managers that also in Leeds that work as doctors. You could pretty easily find it. But who would want to? Who cares?
Panda pay, maybe.
When are you and Panda going to do an Open Field Masters, Rems? Or when are you going to just do a penalty shootout?
I think it should be between Panda and Wyatt, to be fair. I think there's a lot more rivalry between those two.
I won't say a lot more. So we are seeing just how exciting this map can be, and hopefully we'll have a cracker of a final on Sunday. Looking forward to it, Rams?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Hopefully we don't have as much controversy as the semi-finals.
Have we got confirmed lineups from either teams? Is it Hypernome and Newcomp they're both going to be missing, or?
I think Newcomp's missing. I don't think Hypo is.
I think they're opting to be both missing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Hypernome said he won't play if Newcomp can't play.
What do you think? Thoughts on that? Because I mean, for me personally, I think the strength of a team is in depth, not just best 4 players. So I'm almost thinking, well, tough. I mean, if I was Hypo, I'd play myself.
And we're off.
Let me know the pot.
I'm being asked to ask Rems when the draft order will be known to the captains for next season, Rems.
When they all vote.
Okay, so there you go. Conspicuous captain. just slyly PM'd
That's
me.
when they know. They
Paul?
will know as soon as everyone's
7.
voted. 7. The
That's
captains
reminding
are
me.
currently the captains are currently ranking themselves at the moment. So as soon as they've all voted, which we're usually waiting on Orb, everyone pressure Orb, we'll be able to get their co-captains done.
So Charles and Satrix leaving base, not taking a tag pro there early on for Juketer, and Charles ends up spiking himself. So not the best start. I mean, Charles literally loves a spike more than anyone. Satrix is spike himself. Juketer, not really sure what they're doing. Not the best start for them as they basically just decide to spike themselves a lot. But quite a few tag pros initially, and basically everyone just kissing and nothing exciting happening in the first minutes. Do remember the side on the left, Tagenham and Rektbridge, who their majors team are in the final on Sunday. They're currently down by 2 caps. They lost the first game, so they need to win this one. They need to win by 3, but that's not a good start for them. Satrix goes top, but Satrix manages to get... Satrix gets returned, but they both went for the button, spiked themselves, which allowed Charles to get away. And Charles is ahead here. He's only ahead of 1. He's got 3. All at the choke can be impressive, but he gets past them all. He turns around for the cap. But there's a grab and a return, and everyone, 6 balls, I think, there, all around the flag at the same time. And it ended up, in short, in no cap. Parps has spawned. Satrix and Charles both getting a rolling bomb. Nothing too interesting. Bob Smith on defense has picked up a tag pro, but Charles has grabbed with that rolling bomb, and he's going to get away without it being neutralized, and that could... And there's Omar has got a tag pro. This is big, big trouble for Tagenham. This could end their entire hopes of their minors title. Bob Smith comes in, looks to kiss. Bob Smith falls to grab. There's no cap though. Kavatras just rolled over the flag. Charles had just rolled off it, and there must have been. We'll look at a replay of that when we do the highlights of this. But that must have been an genuine absolute pixel. But Charles is coming in for a second bite of the cherry. He's coming in. Wobbler blocks Nip. Charles rolls for it. But Bob Smith, I think that was, manages to get the return. Great work twice there by Bob Smith. And nips away here. And Wobbler goes for the snipe and gets it. Exciting couple of minutes here. Tagenham under a lot of pressure. But Melon gets returned and all the flags are back in base. And Park's going to be spawning soon. But, an exciting start to the game there, Chris.
Yeah, crazy start to the game. That one moment when everyone was around the flag. Honestly, I didn't, when do you ever see something like that happen?
It's a coin flip, really. And Charles tries to go top, but it's good defense there, managing to shut him down with the button. Nip waiting for his offensive partner, and they need to get grabbing. They need to get out of base. Wobbler and Omar shutting it down, just like Wobbler. And Wobbler and Guzman did in the first game, not letting them get away very much. And they're waiting for the bombs, but 3 caps down. They're hoping to get the re-grab trade going, I think. And Trisky, who's impressed you so far with? Oh, but Charles is away top. Sorry to cut you off. He's got away through that bomb. Nip goes to meet him. Melon goes to meet him to get the return. Satrix re-grabs at the other end. He's going to try and bomb away. He does bomb away. Bob Smith's in his way. I'm not sure if he's going to get the return. Melon goes top in the meantime, but Melon gets returned. Satrix is stuck. I think he's going to go down here, and he does. All the flags back in base. So, like I was saying, Trisky, who's impressed you so far?
Oh God, this is a horrible question.
Well, you wanted to be a pundit. This is how it's like.
Did
Chris,
I?
who's
Satrix is showing his experience the most. I think he's playing really well at the moment.
Learn from the pros, Trisky.
From Tagenham, I'd say Bob Smith is doing a really good job. He's looking really solid. So it's really down to, for me, it's Satrix and Bob Smith, both opposite each other in positions.
Oh, Melon's away here. He's ahead of 3. Brilliant juke by Melon. He lures one of them into a spike, but Charles does get ahead of him. But that was really nice work there. I'm not sure if he saw that juke, but literally just got ahead of 3 of them by a few pixels. Omar's going to try and go for the snap with the bomb. Fails. Melon boosts down, but Nip gets in his way, and Wobbler gets a return. But Tagenham showing that they can get out of base, but they need to do it, and they need to do it quickly. There's 6 minutes left. And right now, the minors eLTP title is going to Juketer unless Tagenham can get 3 caps in the next 6 minutes. Charles with a free grab there for Juketer. Kavatras and Bob Smith working together there to get the returns. Rolling bomb at the other end, but Omar gets it. But that actually helps Nip grab, but Melon gets in his way. A lot of team blocks keep happening in this game. Sage Fet's going on 0 for Juketer here. He's rolling bombs neutralised. He's still got a juke juice. Kavatras picks up hesitates, but picks up a tag pro. That hesitation kind of allowed Satrex a free grab, who's away with Juke Juice. He's trying to get past Nip in that choke, but it's difficult, only a few tiles wide. Charles has gone top here, though, and there's only Nip and Bob Smith at the other end. Nip's got fighting for the button, but I think he's going to lose out, but Kavatras is there with a tag pro, so nothing untoward should happen. Nip grabs, but Kavatras's tag pro runs out, so he's not able to get the button. Satrex tries to bomb top, but misangles the bomb. But I think he's still going to get top. Nip's going for the button, but he can't get it. They get the button at the other end. I think Kavatras, that was, rolled over it. Gets a return. 5 minutes. The flag is getting looser, but it's not loose enough for Tagenham and Rektbridge. They're down by 2 caps. They need 3. Otherwise, it's all going to Juketer City. But Charles is coming in here. This could be the final. Oh, nice juke there, but he couldn't quite get away. Nip gets a regrab. Kavatras going to try and block that top button, but Omar gets the button, and it's very hectic here. Flags constantly out base. Satrex is probably going to grab that rolling bomb. He does. He gets past Bob Smith. He doesn't even need to use it. Brilliant. And he's ahead of 3 here. He is ahead of 3, and he's coming in. Oh, the bomb takes them all out. There's only Melon to beat. He's got a rolling bomb. This could be it. This could be the title for Jukester. He bombs Melon into it, but Melon then hits another bomb, hits the spikes, and that surely is the title for Juketer City. We would need Tagenham to get 4 caps in 4 minutes. A nicely worked cap there, Chris. You must be feeling very happy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm happy. What can I say? I am happy with how it's playing out at the moment. It was unlucky by Bob after me just saying how he'd really impressed me. He kind of couldn't manage to diffuse Satrex in base to get the grab. Satrex just worked his way around him, which was kind of unlucky. But yeah, it was a really well made cap.
It shows
And
Satrex's
Satrex is away.
experience again though with that rolling bomb. A lot of people would have just blasted through it straight away, but
yeah, it's very nice by very nice by Satrex there. But I mean, is the scoreline as it is a little bit? I mean, Tagenham almost been dominated here, but you know, have they played well enough to win it, or have they just always been second best?
I think it's been quite close. In the first match, there was a couple of occasions where they got unlucky with not getting a cap, and that could have changed the game completely.
We've got 3 minutes left here. We would need something absolutely dramatic as hell to see the title going to anyone but Juketer City. And I mean, if it is going to Juketer City, Chris, I mean, what do you think as Nip bombs along the top here? I mean,
Well, Juketer, they've had a tough run to the final. They had to beat Borchester's Miners, who people argued that they were, you know, the strongest minor league team. They beat them in the first round. They beat Borland's Miners as well, who people rated really highly. So I don't think it's been too easy of a task for Juketer City, and it just shows the kind of
Satrex coming in here, actually. Sorry to cut you off. Wobbler, I think was going to try and bomb Bob Smith out of the way, but overcommitted a little bit, and Bob Smith managed to get the return there. Still playing well, even when it's looking unlikely to come back. I mean, I think they've got a better chance than Brazil had. But it's looking like Tagenham are probably going to finish runners-up this year, which they will be hoping to overturn the final as Bob Smith gets a nice snipe. Satrex, I think, playing it smart here. He's using his experience. He's going bottom rather than trying to rush across the top because they're not in a rush. But he is actually he's ahead of 3 here. He boosts through, but he overcommits a little bit. Bob Smith's coming in. It's going to be a race. Kavatras gets there first. Satrex is still alive. Satrex still trying to cap. But there's 3 there, very close to really, rubbing salt in the wound there. But allowing Satrex to just run the map. He's not in a rush as Charles accidentally bumps Kavatras into him. And I mean, I've not really seen Charles play before. I mean, he's like, I think how you described him earlier, Chris, is spot on. Some of the stuff he's done, I've been like, what is this guy doing? But then sometimes he's done some absolute brilliant jukes. Is he one of these that's got some really raw talent but needs maybe a bit of discipline?
I think the thing about Charles is he's he came into the league as a pub player. That's how I knew him, because before I really started playing as much league stuff as I did and like private kind of experience games, I used to play a lot with him in pubs, and I knew he was pretty good, and he's got better throughout the season. But I still think, obviously, a bit more experience, and he could be right up there as somebody's maybe 4th or as I said 5th man for next season.
So we're in the final minute of the minor league season for this year, and it's looking like almost certain as Mellon comes in for what is surely just a consolation cap for Tagenham to equalise this half and put 1-1. But they're still down by 3 caps in total, I feel. And right, I'm doing my maths. No, they're down by 2 caps, but they would need 3 caps to force the game to overtime, which is almost impossible in 30 seconds. So it's been a long season, but we actually have completed in 30 seconds, Rems, a minor league season, a full season with I think very few, if any, forfeited games. I mean,
one forfeited game,
which isn't bad considering how many were forfeited last season. I mean, that's great for the league's growth, isn't it? Really.
It's great, and I think it's only going to grow next season. I mean, we're being a little more strict with active players next season, so we should have lots more teams with people.
As we roll into the last 5 seconds, and that's it confirmed for you, a 5-3 victory overall in the second game. And Juketer City are confirmed as the eLTP minor league champions for Season 2. Well played to both teams. We'll be having team interviews very shortly, hopefully. If maybe, Rems, would you mind dragging someone up, maybe?
We will have a look.
And Chris, just your immediate thoughts on the game as a whole.
It was as I hoped it would be. We played really well. We they did the best they could. There was a few errors from both teams. I think Tagenham on another day could have won it as well. So no discredit to them. I just think maybe if things had gone slightly if things had gone slightly their way on a few of the plays where they were unlucky, it could have easily gone to them. So it was a very close game in my opinion, and we did really well to manage to pull off the victory today.
MK15, whoever that is, saying I missed a trick with that cap at the end. I should have called it the most worthless cap of the LTP playoffs, just like the BBC did to about that Brazil goal by Oscar yesterday. So I missed a bit of a trick there, which is disappointing. So if you hang around, we'll just be having some interviews with some of the players very shortly. We've been joined by Charles, who's currently muted, so we should unmute. And we'll be joined by someone else, hopefully very shortly.
Hey.
It was 1-0, wasn't it, that last half?
Yeah.
Oh man, my heart, I swear.
Come on, Charles.
So we've been joined by Kavatras and Charles. We always, for some reason, we always start with the losing team. So Kavatras, thanks for joining us. Commiserations on what must be a tough defeat to take after being within touching distance of winning that eLTP Minors League title, but the playoff title. How do you feel immediately? I didn't unmute him. That was a bit of a fail. Did you hear that, Kavatras?
Yes, I heard that.
You're unmuted now, so go for it.
I was muted, not deafened. Anyway, firstly, I really want to congratulate Juketer for all they did to get in here and also for winning the final tournament. I don't think we really deserve those commiserations because we still got second place for minor eLTP, which is a very big feat for me and my team.
I mean, I won't argue with that. My minor team didn't actually win any games this season, so I'm definitely in awe of you guys. What do you think just went wrong for you guys in the final? What was the difference between the two teams?
I think the lack of practice from our team was pretty visible, and we really lost it at power-up control. There wasn't any individual mistake that I would point out, except mine. I really screwed up pretty badly there by disabling a bomb and denying a cap, but it was pretty great. They played very well. It's not that we played bad, they played just better.
And Charles, we'll move on to you. Congratulations on winning the Season 2 Minors playoffs. Just one question. You seem to like boosting into spikes quite a lot, don't you?
Blame it on the lag.
I'll always blame it on the lag. But no, serious congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
How do you and your team feel?
Over the moon. From the beginning, we went ahead, and that was good. We felt pretty good after the first game. In the semis, it was a bit different. We had to come from behind, and we were going crazy. This time we weren't going as crazy, but everyone was so happy. It was amazing.
Yeah, that semi-final was absolutely hyper. I think we were like 7 down at one point, and we managed to come back and win it. It was absolutely mental.
And did Tagenham give you a little bit of scare there? I mean, there was I think the first game where they got the 2 back-to-back caps within about 20 seconds. We were almost thinking we were watching Germany versus Brazil for a second. It's going to be one of them. Did it get a bit panicky in Channel, or did everyone stick calm?
Yeah, I'll admit that. Hearts in the mouth moment, but we managed to just steady the ship after that. I think we reset after that cap and managed to just clamp down. No silly caps after that, which was all credit to the defense. They played really well.
And what was the reason for the substitution in the defence? I mean, it seemed to work well initially with Grizzle, but then Omar came in. Was there any reasoning behind that?
Grizzle plays really well, but he doesn't play with a mic, so we thought it was better to go with someone who could,
that's fair
play
enough.
with a mic. Yeah. He's a brilliant player. He played so well in the semis. I think he got 21 returns in one half. Without a mic, he's really good.
So there you have it. Thank you very much for joining us and for coming up for the interviews, guys. And great game to watch. Commiserations again, even though you said they're not deserving. But commiserations on not winning the final to Tagenham. And congratulations to Juketer. It's been a fantastic game. We're going to quickly move over to Rems, who I'm sure has a few reminders for you that we've already gone through. Rems?
Some reminders, the sign-ups for eLTP close on Sunday at midnight, but we'll probably be looking to do the co-captains before that. We're just waiting on Wilson and Orb, so if anyone wants to harass Wilson and Orb for them to vote for the captain order, do it, and then we can get that bit done. We've also got the eLTP Independent Commissioner vote going on. We're moving on to 3 commissioners, permanent 1 and 2 season ones, 1 from the captains, 1 from the community. So we've got the community one going on at the moment, which is Corhall, Peskis, the Only Ball, and Tim Sanchez. So that threads up there. You can see kind of their background and what they would do. And that also closes Sunday at 1 PM BST, so we can kind of do it through the final. The final is going to be at Sunday 5 PM. British summertime, where we'll also be doing the lovely awards. I'm sure Dr. McDonald will be there screaming his head off. It'll probably be a really exciting match between Bella St. Germain and Tagenham again, I believe. So do come along for that. It's going to be awesome. And then you can watch the Football World Cup between Germany and Holland, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll be starting the build-up about 20 minutes early. So join us from about 4:30, 20 to 5 British summertime on the Sunday, and we'll start getting the hype. Let's get the hype up through this week. Let's start really hyping up the final. Let's get the trash talk going, and let's hopefully have a fantastic climax of season eLTP season 2. We've had a great end to the minor league season tonight with Juketer City being confirmed as the champions. So on that note, I'll thank Chris and Rams for joining me in the commentary box. Trisky for helping with the commentating and the streaming. And apart from that, thanks very much everyone for joining us, and we will catch you on Sunday.
Take care.
Yep, see you.